Alright. And we're in MOWAS2 squad right now.
Thank goodness you've arrived. The Allies are charging our position. We must hold it.
I'm doing this as like a tutorial, kinda, to show some stuff that you guys probably missed while playing the game. There's certain stuff that is actually like kinda important to know, and I should probably explain. Because there's some stuff that's just kinda, I don't know if you guys know, and there's so much stuff. Okay, so I started with 2 squads. One of them is a machine gun squad. Here in the top, or in the bottom right corner of the screen, you can see what they all got. And you can select units like that as well. So if I click this guy, I got only that guy, you see, and he's Johann Stamm, and he has a rifle. He's a rifleman. But he's still part of this group. You see, he's still, because I only got him selected right now, and if I move, only he should move. See, there you go, it's a Johann Stamm right there. But if I just click back to his squad, you can see I got everyone again selected here. Right here in the bottom right. And by having everybody selected, you can kind of just go behind cover like that, move them around. But you can also move guys individually. For example, here you can see this is the machine gunner right here in the bottom right of the screen. You select that guy and you're like, oh okay, he's the machine gunner. He carries that MG42, which is fucking incredible, by the way. I want to move him to the left, but I still want him to be part of this squad. And you just move him there. And he's still in the squad. You can see the tab moving, like kind of panning to the left. To make sure, like, okay, these guys in this region are still in that squad over there. You can see, it's this one. It lights up in the middle of the screen and it lights up over there, you know. But let's look at the medic squad for a second. Medic squad has, what is this? A submachine gunner, and what looks like a rifleman, and a medic with a submachine gun, and a squad leader with a submachine gun. No, actually, these are riflemen. But just looking at them, and looking at the portraits, you can see this guy is the squad leader. That actually means that if he gets killed, the squad will be less effective. But this is where the game gets interesting, because you can split groups like that. I just selected those 2 guys, those guys sitting right there. I selected only them, and I'm gonna move them over here now, just to separate them from the rest. Have them cover this position. Or have them move right there. These 2 guys are now in their own squad, because I selected them like that. And what that does is it assigns the highest rank of soldier within that group to be the squad leader. This other group, the remaining units who are now separated from them, has also a new squad leader, which is the medic, which is the highest ranking guy in that squad. So what it will do is it will automatically assign a leader, and the leader needs to kind of stay alive, because the lower the rank of the leader is, the less effective the entire squad will be. You know, everybody responds to the way the leader is, and if the leader is very good, then his squad mates will follow him. It makes sense, really. You think about it. Now, as you can see, I just got reinforcements, which is like an entire squad. As you can see here in the bottom left, I still got those squads I separated. So we got like medics and we got machine gunners. So you can see that infantry management gets really complex at one point. Well, not really complex, but it's just, you can do a lot of stuff that you are not really used to in other RTSs. In other RTSs, it's like you select one unit or you select all your units. But over here, in this system, you can split them, you can have a single unit in one squad. So if I want to like just have this guy in a squad, I can do that. He's the only guy in that squad right now, because I selected him. He's the squad leader of his own squad, but he's alone. And this is how you can, especially if they have anti-tank grenades, like right here, or normal grenades right there, you can kind of have them flank around. Also, what's very important is, if you right-click once, he will walk. You can see his stamina and his health, the bottom left of the screen. the stamina naturally depletes when he runs. The only way to make units run, as you can see, he's walking right now. I can click anywhere once right, and he will walk. But if I double click, he will sprint there. But this drains his stamina, as you can see in the bottom right of the screen. And it drains it quite quickly, really. So, if you want to keep your units active and mobile, you have to make sure that you at least rest into cover every once in a while. What's also very useful to know about units is that by pressing Shift and Q, you can immediately drop them to the ground. This is really useful because, for example, let's imagine that these guys are the enemy. And I want this guy to like get a grenade off or something. Or actually, let's just presume that I don't even know they're there. I'm gonna run up to them, and they will start firing at me. But because I'm still running in their direction, because of the waypoint, he's not gonna stop and shoot. No, he's gonna continue running. And this is how you get guys killed real quickly, because he will keep running in that direction while being shot at and not return fire. The only way you can counter this is by running, and you're like, oh, it's the enemy. Shift Q. And it will immediately interrupt his waypoint and drop him to the floor immediately, creating like cover for him, making it harder for the enemy to hit him, and it will give you a chance to kind of think about what you're gonna do next. This is very, very important stuff, because if you just run into enemy lines, you're gonna get wrecked. Because if you don't drop them to the floor, they will be like just walk-in targets, really, because they're not gonna shoot or anything. They're not gonna return fire, so the enemy got like, it's like a shooting gallery. What's also very important, and I discovered this recently, is that there's another mode. If you press Alt, he will crouch. This is especially useful for snipers. Alt actually functions as a down, sort of down key. Shift Q is going from stance to prone on the floor. But then you can also use Alt and make him go lower. But then if you run, he's standing again. So I want him to crouch, press Alt. I want him to lay down, press Alt. And then Shift Q to get him back up, Shift Q to get him back on the floor, and Shift Q to make him stand up, and Alt to make him crouch. You know how it works. You can kind of just use Shift Q and Alt. Because Alt is go down, you can see. And Q by itself, without the shift, is go up. So that's how you can toggle, see, go down, go up. It's Alt and Q. Shift and Q just immediately switches between standing and proning. Very important. You can do this with a whole bunch of squads or a whole bunch of guys selected. And it'll be great. Because, you know, you can just take an entire squad and be like, yo, just drop to the floor. Like, oh, I'm gonna run now. I'm gonna encounter the enemy. Enemy should be around here somewhere. I don't know. Oh, there they are. Drop to the floor. We're being under attack. And you see, now I can kind of, because they are dropped to the floor, I can crawl out of the line of fire of the enemy. If you get surprised like that, and you keep running in their direction, they're gonna shred you like a fucking animal on a stick or something like that. See, now I'm gonna sprint by double right-clicking into cover. But at least they're safe now. And if I was to run past this location into their line of fire, they would have wrecked me so bad. About vehicles real quick. You can control vehicles as you do units, just right-clicking somewhere, and it will automatically path its way to there. I'm not sure if you can run with vehicles. Actually, you can. As you can see, he goes like full speed when you double right-click. He revs up the engine and everything. It also goes in reverse. You see, it's all pretty standard stuff. Now this is where it gets interesting, especially with tanks and armored stuff. If you hold the right mouse button, it will create this arrow, and it will allow you to designate a point in a certain direction. So if you're like, I want to cover that position from that hill, do this, and it will automatically point the front, or actually the turret, to that direction. With tanks, it will actually angle the armor in that direction that you're facing with the arrow. So if you want to do that, or like angle your armor in a certain direction with a tank, you can do that way. You can also just do this, you know, drive around like that, but it's less effective. If you want to go to a designated area and be pointed into a specific direction, and oh my god, my guys are dying, better get my medic squad up here. And this guy's gonna cover him real quick. I'm just gonna drive him to the front, have him facing that way, so he can get some decent firing, but still be in cover. Trying to support these guys. Quickly make a split. I'm getting Shrek right now. Alright, these guys are gonna go here. Run for your lives! As you can see, this guy's doing really good work. Fucking Shrek him. Yeah, there you go. Alright, just stay right there, it's fine. So as you can see, I'm separating and you see all these shields appearing. This medic, you can see that instead of the V's, he's got like an insignia. Medic is actually a very well-trained unit, and he will always appear on top. As you can see, one of the most well-trained units in the game. Medics are highly valuable because they can also fucking messenger. They can also res other people, so they're very useful. Another thing that should really be told is that in order to directly control a unit, I can't stress this enough. I've said this a couple of times in stream, I think, but it's really important that you know this. You can control a unit with the standard right arrow, switching and clicking and selecting in units. You can have vehicles in entire squads if you want. That works. But what you really want to do is press the E button. This will change to direct control. This is now like World of Tanks. WASD moves the vehicle, and your mouse rotates the turret, as you can see. So this is by pressing E, you get this control mode, and I can do anything I want, but I gotta make sure that the terrain supports what I want to do. If I want to point like that, a green means that it will penetrate, as you can see. White is kinda like, okay, it's good. Green is good, red is not good. As you can see, if I aim somewhere where I can't reach, I can't actually reach all the way over there. But as you can see, there's like a white or like a red dot marker, and that is like, okay, you can't reach that far. You can try. This gun has amazing range, by the way, but if I want to aim all the way over here, I can't. You see, it turns red. It's like, no, you're too far away. But over here, you can see the radius of where the shell will hit, and you can see how the line of sight works. So, this is how you direct control anti-tank guns or machine guns or any type of thing. Just press the E key and you will control it. Can be a tank, can be anything, and it's really fun to just mow down guys like that. Bam, 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 bam. It's funny as fuck. You can also do that with units. As you can see, the camera is now on the guy. It actually moves the entire squad, which is funny. I didn't select that, I think. You can basically take the squad, select one unit, and have the other unit follow you. So you can go like... Bah, 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 bah. Oh no, wait, this is actually a rifleman. Let's select the other guy, shall we? Go out of... Press E again. Take this guy. Now we're gonna select him. He's cool, because he got a machine gun. He can go... Brrr, brrr. As you can see... Oh shit, now they know where I am. I'm gonna decover now. I'm gonna sit in this tree line. Make him drop to the floor. Put him in this tree line. Can direct control the medic. See where the fire is coming from. As you can, this is great to sneak up, by the way. You can also use grenades that way and everything. But just, there's so much you can do with infantry. And the same with anti-tank guns, like emplacements like MGs. Just right-click, point them in the direction you want them to fire, and they will set up like that. And if you want to move them, double right-click. It's very simple. If you want to set up anything, like anything, like machine gun, artillery, anti-tank guns, just hold the right mouse button and point in the direction, and it will set it up that way. Also very important, I also forgot to mention this, there's a lot to fucking remember right now, is if you go to the use item menu, some units will carry sandbags. These are very important because they allow you to create emplacements in places where there might be no cover. So what if I want to actually get an emplacement going alongside this rock? Then I press on the breastwork with the left mouse button, and then I can drag... Oh no, not with the left mouse button. Yeah, I never really do that, but it's really useful. Click on it with left, and then drag it with right. and it will create this pivot point where you can kind of put down sandbags, and then just release, and the unit that has the sandbag will run to the sandbags and start building the sandbags. Now be very careful that you actually don't do anything with this unit at this point, because he's building the sandbags. I got both units selected right now, and if I would tell them to go take cover there, it would move him from the sandbags to this cover, so he would stop building. So just select one unit, or the only unit that you want to move up. Just go like that if you want to do that. If you want to select them both, and they will be a squad again. But as you can see, he is now behind this cover, and actually they should both be, because sandbags are amazing cover, and they should be used that way. These guys are very exposed, and these guys are behind good cover that they have built themselves. Some emplacements like machine gun nests and mortars actually have the ability to set up a circle of sandbags around them. It's like this deployment thing. You can't actually build them, but as soon as you got them set up, they will have that option in the item menu that I showed you in the bottom right, and you can click on that and it will deploy sandbags around the mortar. But the mortar will not be able to move anymore, so you're like permanently placing it in that circle. As well with anti-tank guns. If you have them placed and you're gonna use that item to put sandbags in front of them, you can do that and you can still move the gun, but the sandbags will not move with the gun. Naturally, they're already deployed. Well, I think that's pretty much everything I can think of right now that I want to cover. That's the really important stuff. Just know that right-clicking and pointing in the direction is really important. Know that manual control like this, by pressing E, WASD is really important. And just firing like that. Selecting your units, knowing how to separate them, knowing what the symbols actually mean. Because, as you can see, different weapons, different grenades, everything is different. A question, or basically about the whole ammo deal. You can see right here how much ammo you got. You got four bullets left out of his 32 in the cartridge. I think that's how it works. Here you can see his proficiency in the top left. It's how good he is with the weapon, those two little squares. If I select this guy, he's also level 2 with rifles. If I select a vehicle, you can see the weapon here, MG34 actually. And here on the left, this is how vehicles and emplacements work, is the ammo. So what you most likely had going was like, when you select units is different, you know. With units it's gun and hand grenades, and with vehicles it is ammo and the gun. And you can switch ammo types by clicking on it, and you can switch weapons by clicking on it if you have different weapons. You can take these weapons off. These weapons are portable because this is an MG. This is not the turreted weapon, no. This is an MG. This is the ammo for the KWK. This is the machine gun that's on the front of the vehicle. This can be taken off. And this is the ammo for the gun that's permanently on the vehicle. Why would you have an icon for a gun that you can't even take off the thing? So let's take off the gun. Let's take the machine gun off this thing. Let's give these guys something to play with. So I'm gonna press X for examine. Examine this. He's gonna run up to it and see basically like, oh, this has a repair kit, and this has Z-Night. This has MG ammo. But where's the machine gun? Well, god damn it. Why can't I get that machine gun off of that thing? That's actually a really good question. I have no idea why. But sometimes when guess it's not removable, maybe it's embedded in the hull. Let me check real quick. Yeah, it's actually embedded right here. I don't think you can take that off. Let me just check again real quick. No? Alright, well, like only that guy. No, can't really take it off. But then again, why would you? It's embedded into it. Some trucks and some vehicles actually allow you to take the weapons off and stuff. Reloading is very simple. All you have to do is get a guy, or get two guys, or however many guys you need. They can only carry so much, and walk to a location where like a body is. By holding C and by holding V, you can see the bodies, and by holding C, you can see weapons. So C, V, C, V, C, V is switching between those modes. You can see in the bottom left corner, you can see those things. You can actually enable, disable them like that if you want to as well. But anyway, you can see them, and then you can basically select the units that you want to look at. You can see he's going to do it because he's yellow. And just right click on that, and you can see he's got all loads of stuff. But he doesn't have what we need, or actually does he? Because this guy has an MP40. And this guy has MG ammo. Oh yeah, we're just going to take that then. But that's good. So, he's got the MG ammo now, I think. I hope he does. Let me see. Just select you. And I guess you got the ammo. Let me see. Yeah, looting is a little bit fiddly. Right click, left click is pretty crappy sometimes. As you can see, I just took his ammo. The yellow symbol can see that he's reloading. This other guy needs rifle ammo. So I can loot dead bodies. Again, so highlight and right click. And as you can see, he's got rifle ammo. So I'm just going to right click on the rifle ammo and take all of it off those bodies. What I can also do is, because this guy is a rifleman and this guy is a machine gunner, I can select them both. And I can start looking for ammo for both weapons with two guys. So as you can see, he's an assault rifleman. I got a rifleman in this squad, so what am I going to do? I'm going to look through his stuff and I'm going to take all his rifle ammo. And as you can see, only our rifleman is reloading, because you have both of them selected, the ammo will automatically go to the person or the people that have that weapon. As you can see, if I loot the MG ammo, you will also get it. And it should be designated to the SMG infantry. Let me just quickly examine this guy, this man. What do you have in your inventory, mister? I don't know how to check that right now. You can see I'm not like pro or anything, really. Like I barely know what I'm doing myself. Can I inspect this guy? I can't inspect my own guys, what the fuck? Inventory maybe? Oh yeah, there we go. What about his inventory? His inventory is full of shit. But yeah, this is MG ammo, and this guy needs the MG ammo. So how am I gonna do this then? That's a good question. What if I select both of these guys and select inventory? Can I give it to him? Yes, I can actually, by clicking on this dude and examining that dude, you can open up a trade window between them. So, okay, that took a little bit to find out, but as you can see, this is a rifleman. He has a little bit of MG ammo, and we're gonna give that to our MG gunner. This is good. And just like that, you fucking switch shit with him. Just like that. And what's really important also is you can also do this by clicking X on a vehicle. You can also examine a vehicle. So as you can see, he has AP 20mm Zenite rounds. And if you order an ammo truck, there's bound to be some of these in an ammo truck. So by clicking X examine, using the inventory system to get the rounds, move into the truck, examining the truck, and putting the rounds from the inventory into the truck. It's all pretty self-explanatory, but you gotta be able to do it. So X is examine, and just examine whatever the fuck you want and use the inventory system to get what you need to get the fuck out. I recommend taking grenades off dead bodies, taking sandbags off dead bodies so you can use them, taking good weapons, like fucking, if you are fighting Germans and you fight an MG42, you take that shit and you find all the ammo you can. Loot that tanks, take the weapons off the tanks, just use anything you can find, repair and steal dead artillery, repair and steal machine gun emplacements, whatever the heck you can find. If you got it, use it. But is it worth the risk? That is the question. So, that's basically it, really. I don't know how long I've been recording, but holy fucking shit, it's been like 24 minutes. Holy shit, this is way too long. Well, I hope that explained a lot, and holy fucking shit, I don't know, I'm gonna stop recording. No, I'm not good at ending videos.